and went traipsing all the way over to Africa. And she's out here, you know, going from place to place, thinking she's going to save these people. And she had a good heart, don't get me wrong. I'm not making fun of her, just that this is the notion that she had. True, they were poor, so poor that people lived in grass huts. They were literally making their houses, what they lived in, from whatever was available around them, palm trees and grass huts, things like this. But when she visited the village, the people would treat it like it was a festival. And she thought, because, oh, I'm American, I'm going to give them civilization here, I'm going to, you know, save them and everything. And this is why they're holding this big celebration when I come. And there was food, a lot of food, more than she could eat. And the people would say, no, no, take more, have more food, have more food. Oh. So she goes to the next village. Again, all the food is everywhere. Just eat, come on, go ahead, eat. Oh, we've got cucumbers, tomatoes, whatever, eat. Along the way, she was at one of the villages, and the people, and she said, I cannot eat anymore. And she said, I thought you guys were like poor over here. She said, we are. Our children are starving. She said, well, was all this food everywhere I go? There's plenty of food. The guide that she had said, ma'am, it's because you're here. They're Muslims, and they're taking everything they have for the whole village because you're the guest. Because this is Islam. It doesn't matter our condition. Our guests are first. She started crying. She said, I didn't come over here to hurt these people. I thought I could help them. And after she did a little soul searching, she realized that they actually had more than she did. Because she did not have the capacity to do what they were doing, to actually take food out of their own children's mouths. They were going from house to house. Do you have anything at all? I have a cucumber. Okay, have you got anything? I have half a tomato. Give it to us. What do you have over here? Oh, hey, a piece of bread. And they literally were taking everything they had, just so she would not feel uncomfortable and insisting that she eat it. Many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there are a lot of people in the world today who don't have a clue about that. They don't understand that. By the way, this lady made shahada, put on hijab, and went back to Colorado telling the people about Islam. Of course, they came up with this typical, for whoever goes to Islam, they've always got something to say about it. And in her case, probably she got malaria or something. She's been crazy ever since. When Cassius Clay, back, was it 50 years ago, 40 years ago? And he was a boxer. He was number one, on top. And everybody's looking, Cassius Clay. Wow, who is this guy? Amazing. He accepted Islam and changed his name to Muhammad Ali. You know what they said right away? Too many shots to the head. That'll do it. Drive you nuts. Went right off. There was a jazz singer that Elton John was so jealous of. He was glad when he became a Muslim, and he said, I never had any competition after he got out of the business. Who was he talking about? Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens. I think he was Greek Orthodox or something, I don't remember, but he was Christian, at least by name. But when he entered Islam, all the people that used to love it, oh, because he's got a great voice. Even today, he's got a good voice. And very creative with his music. But as soon as he became Muslim, you know what they said? Because he had been in the hospital, too many drugs. Look at that. And by the way, it was TB, not drugs he was in there for. But this is the kind of thing that people will say. And it means that they have to try to explain. Why do you have to explain? If somebody decided, for instance, they don't want to be a Republican, they want to be a Democrat, that's in my country, why do you have to explain something? Why can't it be that's just a choice? Why does it have to make an excuse? And they do. You should hear some of the things that people said, even about me and my family, when we came to Islam. It was a lot harder, though. They had to work really hard to come up with something because, hey, everybody knew us. Everybody knew what we were all about. My dad started the Concerned Christian Centers. And he always had donated and worked to build things and gave, never took anything. So you couldn't even twist it around to, well, they're trying to use this as a front for their business, like some Christians do. We didn't do that. Each time somebody goes to Islam, you will see there's going to be resistance. There's going to be heavy resistance. When I came to Islam, I got into Islam, and some of my relatives were telling me, oh, stay away from those Muslims. And when I would explain, because I was the one that really called my family to Christianity to start with, okay? So when I go to Islam and I came back to them, now they were like, whoa, you know, we can't listen to you anymore. I said, well, I found the next step up. Come on, look. Something happened, a very bad experience happened with some Muslims. They did something really bad. Which, in fact, I never tell the story because it's that bad. Still, it was only a couple, and it was certainly not representative of Islam. It was some bad people. That's all. And again, they come to me, right? See, we told you. We told you. Now come on back and be with us. I said, for what? I came in Islam not for you, not for them. I came in Islam because it's the only thing that makes any sense. Islam is the only thing that offers proof for everything it says. And there's nothing illogical about one staying one. One stays one. Hello? What's the problem? You don't have to go through this big contortion of, well, you see 3 in 1 and the Trinity is, and the way that, just have faith. You don't have to do that. And I like that. 1 equals 1. End of story. No more explanation after that. And as far as Jesus being God, Son of God, part of God, what's the nature of Jesus? Simple. He was a human being, but he was a miracle creation of a human being, just like Adam and Eve. Next question. And so, when something like this happens and somebody comes into Islam, should it be that they've got a real easy road? It should be real easy, yeah? Because if you go the right way, why would it be difficult? It should be real simple. If you use that logic, then what happens is it should be then that all Muslims are in good shape all the time. It should be that, according to that logic, Muslims would never have any hard time. That would always be in a good way. Make sense? One of the places that I'm supposed to go speak coming up in July sent me something. I read it yesterday. And one of the speeches, they like to name the speeches. These are guys that do a speech, a conference maybe once in their whole life. They put it together. They bring speakers in. They just give you a title of something. I remember one time they said, coming to Islam, what can I do with that? And I said, that's the name of the speech? Well, I said, what can I do with that? And in this case, they wanted me to talk about the happy prophets. You know? Prophets, the happy people, something like this. And I looked at that and I went, what? I mean, this, what did you say, is like a cartoon? Yeah, it sounded like a cartoon show. Oh, okay, the happy prophets are coming on, you know. Content. Yeah? Content. That's what we decided today was a better word. That Allah talks about believers. Radiyallahu an wa radu an. The people are pleased with Allah, and Allah, He's pleased with them. Pleased or content, but not happy. I don't mean that you can't be happy and be a Muslim, but what I'm saying is that prophets especially are going to be the ones who are going to suffer the most. And this is because why? They're getting a huge reward for what they're doing. And Allah tells us in the Quran, it's in chapter 29, the ankabut or spider, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا. Do human beings think they're going to be left alone because they said we believe? And they won't put in